Well, here we are. Welcome back to Elder Scrolls Arena. It's time to get the final piece of the staff and reforge the Staff of Chaos. First things first, we are going to head to our destination immediately this time. It is located in the province of Morrowind because, if you haven't noticed the pattern yet, every staff piece has been in a different province of Tamriel. And Morrowind's the only one left. Suffice to say, it looks a little bit different from how it appeared in Elder Scrolls 3. That was the set. Morrowind was the setting of Elder Scrolls 3, of course. I am pretty sure these towns don't appear in Morrowind unless you count Old Run as Aldrune or something. And Ebenheart seems to be in a completely incorrect location as well. Ah, the wonders of sequels. Ebenheart, as it happens, is our destination. And hopefully we arrive in the daytime? No, we don't. Okay, I've officially confirmed that the time you arrive at your destination is completely random because I traveled to that location from the same area and appeared at different times of the day. But anyways, so we have a pool of water here, and I'd like to demonstrate a little something that is incredibly funny. So this game lets you not only destroy floors and walls, you can also create floors and walls. And if you have a wall above an empty floor, or in this case a pool of water, ta-da! If you do this in the wilderness, you can create doors. And where did those doors lead? Why, they lead to dungeons! Dungeons that just so happen to be there because you willed it so. You can literally create dungeons anywhere in the overworld wilderness. And you can go inside of them too! And kill monsters and loot things. It's amazing. Of course, most of the time it'll have the same layout. This isn't the same layout as the one I had before, but if you create something in the same position, the layout should be the same. But still, I think it's amusing that you literally have a create dungeon spell. There's a reason some refer to this game as the Elder Scrolls Minecraft.
You amaze me with your tenacity. This game, however, is at an end, as you may already know.
The final piece of the staff is in Dagoth-Ur, in the province of Morrowind. The information is useless to you, for none know the entrance to the volcano, and even if you survive the creatures I have sent against you now, you will not survive its depths. I bid you farewell. You have been a most worthy opponent.
Anyone think the voice actor was getting tired of what he was doing at this point? Anyhow, I think we need to get a message from Spooky Ghost Girl.
I would take no chances, for Tharn has no mercy, and will attack the moment he perceives the staff reassembled. You must be swift. To the northeast lies the Fire Mountain, Dagoth-Ur. Somewhere in its volcanic depths is the final piece of the Staff of Chaos. The entrance to that fabled mountain has disappeared with the dwarves that mined it. There may still be those who know of it, however. Find the entrance, enter the volcanic catacombs, and return with the final piece of the staff. We are so close. I wish you well.
Okay, so we need to get back into Ebenheart during the daytime. So I guess we'll camp the rest of that time, because it's pretty much safe to do so in here. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, and when you exit a dungeon you've created, the entrances all disappear because the world goes back to how it was before you started messing around. So anyways, this quest will be a little strange to people who've played Elder Scrolls 3 and know the plot very well, because they'll be just thinking all sorts of weird things, like, why is Red Mountain called Dagoth-Ur? What about Dagoth-Ur himself? Does he appear in it? Because Dagoth-Ur is the name of a sort of demigod who appears in Elder Scrolls 3. And no, he's nowhere to be found in this game, because they hadn't written that part of the plot yet, I guess. Which does make it very weird if you think about it, because this means Yeagar Tharn was able to enter the mountain, put the staff piece there, and then come back out without Dagoth-Ur ever noticing. And the player was able to go in and get it without him ever noticing either. Or maybe he just stays out of our way, I don't know. It's not his battle. That's what I think what I think of it anyways. So, our quest is from the ruler of Ebenheart, and he wants us to go and get a hammer so we can bang it on an anvil, and apparently this will reveal the location of the entrance to the volcano. That makes perfect sense, and the dungeon is called the Black Gate. Suddenly I start to think we're playing Ultima 7. Well, I suppose we should get going. I don't really need to make any more preparations for this. Yeah, something tells me we could probably just ask the local living god where the entrance to the mountain is, because he would know. And isn't there supposed to be like this giant gate surrounding the mountain with a little inn at the base of it? And you know what? Sequels. That's the answer. Sequels. Retcons. Whatever. Let's just get through this dungeon, which greets us with rats. Rats. It's getting close to the final dungeon in the game, and you send out a pack of rats. And some stone golems. There are a lot of magic enemies in here. There's one tiny little annoyance that I'll talk about when we get to the second floor. I am not going to have a map of the second floor because I need a map of the first floor for some reason. I'm gonna equip the reflex magic, even though I am pretty sure that it actually doesn't do a whole lot. Oops, fell in the water. At least it's not lava. I'm not even sure Reflect does anything at this point. I think those fire spells are just exploding on the enemies by themselves. Oh, what's this? Oh. Because I have 100 willpower and 100 intelligence, and that should make my absorption rate for magic 100%. And I hope I'm going in the right direction. Looks like I am. And since the game checks for the Sorcerer Absorb spell thingamajig first, before it checks for the Reflect, then I think that means like it's impossible to reflect magic because I'll just absorb all of it, but I'm not really sure if that's the case. Are they just throwing out every enemy type? I recently learned that these skeletons take half damage from anything that isn't a blunt weapon. Not sure how much sense that actually makes, but it doesn't seem to really matter, because they die very quickly anyhow. But it would make blunt weapons more useful if they had more weapons like that. How did that thing die? I didn't hit it, did I? This is getting weird. I'm killing spiders just by looking at him, unless I actually stepped on it. Wouldn't that be strange? This looks like the right way. Whoa! Okay. Enemies popping out at me like that from out of nowhere? Come on. I think it's entirely due to me using the light spell, but it could be just some weird loading thing. Yeah, it's probably some weird loading thing. I'll just levitate to make transit a little faster. Where are we? Just past there. Let's see, if we come to a room with 4 hellhounds, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. So that's 4 hellhounds, so we should just head straight north and we'll find the entrance to level 2. After looting a couple of enemy rooms. Look at them all. Anybody who rushes right into that room is going to be in for a big surprise if they don't have some kind of reflect, or absorb, or resist. Like, how do you beat this without magic? I would love to know how you beat this without magic. Come on, come on. Let's see, am I going the right way? No, actually, there's a way to go north in that room. Oh, hey, a level up. Not like I need it. All I get out of level ups anymore is, oh, it was a secret door. Thanks, game. It's a secret door, and there's a couple of Medusas. Something tells me I should be a little more careful than I am right now. Is that their paralysis attack? It's just like a ranged projectile. Oh, free treasure piles, and it's just gold? Okay, there's a bow. And a buckler. Well then, what is... oh, you've got to go a little further north in here. Better levitate. Not the journal, thank you. Why does the journal button have to be right next to the spell button? I apparently see a homunculus. There it is. I don't know how I saw the homunculus through the wall. So there's going to be a riddle here. What is the thing which comes in sheets, yet cannot be folded or gathered again? I'm thinking snow or ice? Okay, you know what? This riddle just sucks. What is the thing which comes in sheets, yet cannot be folded or gathered again? It's rain. Rain! Rain doesn't come in sheets. Sheets of rain? Who says that? What kind of expression is that? There's sheets of ice. There's sheets of snow. There's blankets of snow. Whatever. This is where the dungeon gimmick comes in. There are 3 doors to the place where the hammer is stored. And there are 3 keys. Each one opens a single door. You only need to get one of the keys to open one of the doors. You do not need to get all 3 keys, which is good because on occasion one of the keys is glitched out of existence. So after I dispatch these enemies, I will see if I can find the path to the easiest key to find, which is up in the northwest of where you enter. I should see water, and that's where we're going. It should be somewhere around where we're going. A sheet of rain. There's no such thing, is there? Maybe it's old-timey language or something. Alright, take that. And this. I should just use that more often. Not the journal. You know, those riddles, I kind of like them, but for a game like this, you know, riddles have nothing to do with the Elder Scrolls Arena other than just the fact that they're riddles, so they kind of seem out of place. Like, why would you need to be good at riddles for an RPG like this? Did I go in the right place? Oh yeah, if we swim a little bit north, we'll be fine. Okay, if my levitate spell wears off, we'll go for a swim. Assuming we don't find another way up there. I was so getting used to not having to swim. I wonder how long those levitate spells last now that I'm at the level I'm at. Can you pass wall through this thing? You cannot. Very strange. Alright, swimming time. Remember, if you get paralyzed in the water, then you instantly drown. But there aren't any spiders in this dungeon, are there? No, there's ghouls, and nothing stops you from getting diseased in the water, unfortunately. Well, aside from your sword in their butts. This lock is an insult to my abilities. Okie dokie. I'm not even sure if this is where we're going. Actually, it is. There's the key. Key. Key, please. Oh, jeez. Now I have to fight this thing? Okay, good. Got the key. Okay, now we get out of here. The ruby key and the ruby door are the easiest ones to find. So that's why I'm choosing to get those. I wish you could, like, stop magic effects of your own accord, instead of having to pass-wall through all of these in order to save time. Ugh. Oh, that fell in the water. Okay, never mind. Probably gonna cut that part out now. Alright, so we have the ruby key, now we need to find the ruby door. These are the easiest ones to find. Should be no problem. Oh, don't tell me I have to swim again. I do have to swim again, don't I? Why do they make me swim so much in this dungeon? We haven't had to swim forever. Oh, there it is! Never mind then. Thought it was right in front of me, but I just had to turn it and make a couple quick turns. So, past the door, blew up the golem. There should be a fire demon. There it is. And there's the hammer. Good. I am so ready to be over with this game because I really want to play Daggerfall next. Okay, now that we're out of the dungeon, finally, this should be the exit. There it is. Going back to Ebenheart. Please tell me I arrive at daytime. I don't want to take any more time than I have to with this. Good. We turn in that quest and we are one step closer to the end of the game. It always feels nice to be at the ending of a long journey. Well, usually it's bittersweet because, yeah, the journey's finally over, except it's over. If you want to still play the game, well, actually, you can play Arena endlessly after you finish it. It's not like those games that, when you reload, you go back to just before the final boss. It's not one of those games. But there's not much reason to play the game past the ending of the main quest. Not like in the other games where there's so many side quests. I guess he knows where the entrance to the volcano is. He just gave us the location. So, as usual, after some preparation, we will enter the second to last dungeon of the game, the Red Mountain Dagoth-Ur. See that mountain off in the distance? We're gonna climb it. It's time. We're going to Dagoth-Ur, the second to last dungeon in the game. Dagoth-Ur welcomes you, Nerevar, to this place where destiny is... Ooh, wait, wrong protagonist. I wonder why the sword icon here is black. Well, here we go. We can expect lots of lava pits, I imagine. Let's load up our spells first. Even the stone floor is warm to the touch. Well, being in a volcano will do that. You can see that I've created a couple more spells. I thought having an ice spell as well as a thunder spell would be helpful, even though I'm probably just going to slash everything in this dungeon. I know there's one particular enemy that could annoy people. Sulfur everywhere, huh? I'm guessing lots of fire demons. Let's see. Whoa. what's hitting me. Well, those spells aren't worthy of an explosion sound effect. Let's just make sure I'm going the right way. It doesn't look like I'm going the right way at all. I need to go a little bit north. It's just ghosts everywhere. Right there. That's where. Okay. We needed to turn here. Lava pits. If you resist fire 100%, you can actually swim in the lava. Or if you just have like a ton of health, that works too. Do I hear golems in cages? Well, that's interesting. We can go right or left. I will go this way. The homunculus room with a bunch of enemies inside of it. I could just skip all this with invis spells. Guess we might as well kill off a couple of these. Can I get up there? I can't get up there. You can't jump if you're levitating. That's unfortunate. I think I kind of need to go up there. How about here? Nope, I'm just gonna have to wait for levitate to run out again. You know, I wish levitate would let you fly over stuff, but they were very strange when they made this game. It's not even... It's kind of a 3D environment, and yet not a 3D environment. You don't have full control over your third-dimensional movement. Or something. Programming. Maybe I can at least get rid of the enemies. Shouldn't have casted levitate. What was I thinking? Okay, good. And we will make a jump. Aha! And I am not stuck in the little thing like I always was before. There's a lava pit, and this is the completely wrong direction. This is a dead end. If you want me to take a dip in that lava, there's an enemy in a room a little bit through that stream of lava. That is actually very cruel, to put an enemy in the little stream of lava. It's like you're punishing people for trying to explore. I wonder what enemy it is, though. The map tells me where enemies are, but they use a numbering system. Like, there's a number key, so it just shows up as the number 20 on the map. Okay, if we jump over this, deal with the homunculus. Aha! That is intriguing. You thought I wouldn't notice the door there? Okay. Off we go. Now we're going in the right direction. Some sort of crypt, huh? Well, that's because this is where the first vampire in the game lies. It's actually very strange for vampires to be such a rare enemy type. You don't see them until this dungeon if you just do the regular dungeons. And that vampire is important because it's holding a key, so like it or not, we have to fight it. And it's definitely going to have lots of power to it too. And like with trolls, you have to kill it with a fire spell, or else it'll just keep regenerating and regenerating. Die, monster! You don't belong in this world! Why don't I just keep casting at it? There we go. Of course, you don't actually need this key, because as it turns out, the door is unlockable with an unlock spell. But I got the key because I figured you would want to see me fight the vampire. Maybe it's supposed to be an ash vampire like they have in Elder Scrolls 3. That might be what they were going for. I don't know how much of Elder Scrolls 3 they had planned out. Because if you look at the manual, there's talk that the next Elder Scrolls is going to be in Morrowind, but it turned out to be in High Rock and Hammerfell instead. And this is the second level of the dungeon, which is pathetically easy because it's set up like the Halls of Colossus with a bunch of doors that you have to get through, all in the same location, and they can all be bypassed with pass wall. Or I think you could unlock them, or two, with an unlock spell. But we do things the cheap way. Because they gave us the option. There should be no problem with actually using it. Of course, this is kind of boring. Though it does look kind of weird. Can you not pass the wall through this? Oh, they were smart. Maybe there is a key that you're supposed to find after all. Not! Alright, the final floor. And the staff piece should be in here. Gosh, it seems like I should die of convection or something. Or what is the word for when lava kills you because you're just so close to it and it's so hot? Enemies popping out from nowhere. That's what the word is. This is a simple floor. It's just a gauntlet of enemies for the big open room. They just keep appearing. What's going on here? Oh, geez. Don't give me the walls of text when there are enemies nearby. Come on. Let's hit them with it. And I think I will levitate over this lava. How are you supposed to get through it if you don't have a levitate? There's no bridge or anything. Do you just jump? No way. They could not possibly intend for you to jump over this. Platforming an arena? Give me a break. You could come in here with levitate potions. Or fire resist potions. It's making that noise over and over again, and I don't like it. This is apparently where the staff is. There are doors or something? Okay, so the lock is magic. That's good to know. Do we cast a spell at it, I wonder? You do! That's staff piece number 8. Well, that's very nice. We have all 8 pieces of the Staff of Chaos, and I do not want to die after going for so long to get it. Let's just recast everything, including Reflect. So that's the 8th piece of the staff. And there are liches. I was wondering if this enemy type would appear eventually. It's the strongest enemy in the game, the toughest of everything, and I didn't miss. Didn't look like I did, but I did. Can you actually kill it? Oh, I just did. So there is a dungeon in the game where liches appear. That's good to know. So you could grind off of them by just going into this dungeon and hitting them over and over again. I am going in the completely wrong direction. I don't know why you would want to grind levels at this point in the game. There are treasure piles, though. Guarded treasure piles, but I'm just going to swipe them and run. Everybody loves thievery. Boy, oh boy. It's been a long road. But I gotta say, this has been one epic adventure, full of crazy stuff. Some of you out there might not think Elder Scrolls Arena is the greatest game in the world, and I can understand that, but there's just something magical about this broken, unbelievably unbalanced adventure that makes me come back to it every now and again. So that's level 2. If we just head in this direction, we'll eventually hit the door. There it is. And as soon as we're out of here, we can start on the final part of the game. Which direction should I be going in here? I think I'm gonna need to... I'll just levitate. And the vampire regenerated. He's apparently not happy about us taking his key. But it sucks to be him. I guess that ground must have been elevated slightly. Of course, we have to go through all the enemies because they respawn. And we're gonna need to wait for the levitate to run out. Actually, you know what? I think we should just camp this, because I normally never camp in dungeons, but we might as well. Huh, no message? I thought you were supposed to get a message after getting the last piece. Well, that's good. I can save it for next video. And we're out. That's the final... Well, that's the semi-final dungeon of the game completed. So now we should be able to free the Emperor at long last. We have all the pieces of the staff. All 8 of them. That took quite a while to get through, but it was pretty enjoyable, actually. So, we should be able to receive our final message from Spooky Ghost Girl, so let's go ahead and get it.
The pieces across the realm. It is a useless thing, good for turning butter, for rowing a boat, but not for saving the Emperor. Come find me if you dare, and I will relieve you of any further burdens you may think to face. My legions await.
Oh, well that's unfortunate.